Hello and welcome to TTV News. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of September 26, the delegation of the Ministry of Information and Communication, led by Mr. Hoàng Minh Phương, Deputy Director of the Department of Grassroots Information, had a field supervision session in Long Thành Nam Kebir, Hoa Thành Thao.
Long Thành Nam Commune radio station currently is a newly operated rural commune that has 12 loudspeakers with a capacity of 25 watts, one digital audio amplifier with a capacity of 650 watts, and a number of related equipment. It's on the frequency of 96.7 MHz. Long Thành Nam Commune radio station broadcasts 3 times a day in the morning, noon, and afternoon. It was relayed by the Voice of Vietnam, TayNinhTV radio and television station, and propagates local content. From 2022 up to now, Long Thành Nam Commune radio station has received and deployed many information technology and telecommunications applications in grassroots broadcasting, which bringing many practical results.
In the morning of September 27, the military command of Tayninh province had the opening ceremony of the 2023 Skillful Survey Contest. This year, there are nearly 100 contestants who are soldiers and civilians, military and self-defense forces and units definitions come to join this contest. During 2 days, team will compete through the following contests: introducing agencies, units, and areas, test knowledge and handle situations, contest to propagate effective operating models in conducting mass mobilization work as their agencies and units. Speaking at the openings of the contest, Colonel Nguyễn Thành Phong, political commissioner of the provincial military commands, emphasized that this is a useful political activity for officers and soldiers of the province army forces. Thereby, in order to propagate and disseminate the properties, characteristics, and tasks of mass mobilization work, it changes appearances with each other in the implementing the emulation movement, skillful civil, contributing to implementing Uncle teachings, skillful server, then everything will be successful.
The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment launched the Joining Hands to Act for the Cleaner World campaign in 2023 with the goal of raising public awareness about environmental protection, encouraging the community activities and environmental movements, and effectively implementing Vietnam's international commitments. Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Vice Chairman of the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province, stressed that launching the ceremony, it is necessary to strengthen propaganda and raise awareness about the role of sustainable development, environmental protection, and climate change responses. Following the launch ceremony, union members and young people marched in propaganda parade in response to the campaign also.
In the afternoon of September 26, Mr. Phạm Hồng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, head of the National Assembly delegation of TayNinhTV Province, attended and awarded the 75-year, 65-year, 50-year, and 40-year party badges to 4 party members who belong to TayNinhTV City Party Committee. The 75-year-old party badge was awarded to party member Trần Lê, also known as Vũ Trần Tắc, born in 1932, hometown of An Ngãi Trung Commune, Ba Tri District, Bến Tre Province, currently participating in party activities at Thành Đông Hamlet South, Thành Tân Commune Party South. Party member Lê Hoàng Phụng was awarded 65 years party badge, also known as Lê Đức Thuận, born in 1933, hometown of Lộc Hưng, Tràng Bàng Thảo, currently living in South Fry Party Committee of Water 1 of World 1 Party Committee. 50-year party badge awarded to party member Phạm Minh Đức, born in 1953, hometown of An Trần Quơ, Tràng Bàng Thảo, TayNinhTV Province, currently living in Ninh Trung Quarter South, belonging to Ninh Trung World Party Committee. The 40-year party badge was awarded to party member Ngô Quang Long, born in 1956, hometown of Hiệp Thành Commune, Gò Dầu District, TayNinhTV Province, currently living in Party South Tour, Party Committee of Quarter 1 will Party Committee. In the same afternoon, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái and leaders of Tayninh City Party Committee awarded the 60-year party badge to party member Lê Hồng Châu, who born in 1940, currently participating in party activities in Tân Lập Hamlet South, Tân Bình Commune Party South, Tayninh City.
Ladies and gentlemen, on September 27, the Department of Labor, War, Involvement and Social Affairs of Tayninh Province organized a training conference to implement legal regulation for service businesses that easily give rise to social evils in the province. At the training section, delegates representative service businesses that easily give rise to social evils such as karaoke, motels, massage. Here, the implementations of legal documents, regulations on karaoke service business, discotheque service, regulation on sanctions for administrative violations in the fields of security, order, social safety, and in the fields of culture and advertising, along with the regulation on preventing and combating social evil, fire protections and prevention, rescue and salvage, preventing and combating domestic violence, thereby to raise awareness of representative of establishment, contributing to improving the qualities and effectiveness of the fight against social evil in the province. Turn to other news, ladies and gentlemen. After a period of temporary shutdown, up to now, Registration Center 7001S has reopening to meet the registration needs of people at the end of the year.
Just as of September 25, 2023, in Tayninh Province, there are registration centers operating, including Center 7001S is located at Street DT7H5, Trần Phú, Ninh Trung Quarter, Ninh Xuân Quế, Tayninh City. Center 7002S located at Xuyên Á Bypass, Gia Lộc World, Trà Măng Thảo, Tayninh Province. Center 7004D located at DT7H4 Street, Bao Năng Commune, Diem Châu District, Tayninh Province. Thus, currently in the province, there is only one registration center that continues to temporarily suspend operations, which is Center 7003D, located at Road DT793, Thành Hưng Hamlet, Tân Đông Commune, Tân Châu District.
In the morning of September 27, Tayninh Social Insurance have a conference to summarize implementation of student health insurance for the 2022-2023 school years and implementing the student health insurance task for the 2023-2024 school years. In the last school years, Tayninh Social Insurance has coordinated with the Department of Education and Training and branches locality to effectively propaganda and mobilize students to take part in health insurance. Thereby, it has contributed to the effective implementation of the roadmap for developing universal health insurance according to the resolutions of the party, the National Assemblies, and the directions of the Prime Minister. By the end of the last school year, the rate of students participating in health insurance reaches 99.73%. There is a slight increase compared to the previous school year. The total amount of health insurance collected from students in the last school years was over 111 billion Vietnamese dong, in which the state budget supported over 47.5 billion Vietnamese dong. At the conference, the delegates discussed and contributed opinions on the shortcomings and difficulties still encountered. At the same time, they propose direction, tasks, and solutions to achieve the goal of students participating in health insurance in the new school year. On these occasions, Tayninh Social Insurance also rewards groups and individuals with outstanding achievements in implementing health insurance for students in the 2022-2023 school year.
In the occasion of the 2023 Mid-Autumn Festival, the Provincial Labour Confederation organized the Mid-Autumn Festival of Love program for children whose parents are workers in difficult circumstances and boarding houses. They have currently working at Vượt Industrial Park in Goyal District. There are many children come to participate in the program. They had the opportunity to enjoy in playing for campus, watching lion dances, and also receiving Mid-Autumn Festival gifts. In particular, this program was received by the Provincial Labour Confederation, in which at this program, the Provincial Labour Confederation awarded 100 gifts, each worth 150,000 Vietnam dong. The Provincial Economic Zone Trade Union awarded 50 gifts, each worth 150,000 Vietnam dong. The program aims to bring joy to children and encourage them to strive to achieve high results in their studies.
In the morning of September 27, an interdisciplinary food safety and hygiene inspection team, chaired by TayNinhTV Departments of Agriculture and Rural Development, inspected a number of establishments producing and trading goods and foods in Trảng Bàng Thao. The delegates inspected at Úc Hồng facility specializing in producing coconut sandwich in Gia Huỳnh Quarter, Trảng Bàng Word. They were provided with all documents related to the productions and business sector by the owners of the facility. The inspection team noticed that the facilities specifically complies with the regulations on ensuring food safety and hygiene. The delegations also took a sample which were finished rice paper sandwich to serve quality inspection. At Bách Hóa Xanh store number 376 in Suối Sâu Quarter, An Tĩnh Word, the inspection team assessed that the goods inside the store were neatly displayed and the right listing was carried out in accordance with the regulation. In addition, the delegation also took 2 rice fruits and vegetable samples for more inspection work. At the same time, they reminded establishments to continue to maintain food safety and hygiene throughout the productions and business process. The audience, along with the Lunar New Year, the annual Mid-Autumn Festival is also on way the peak periods of TayNinhTV tourism, because this is the time when the holy penguins for Greek mother and the 9 goddesses of Catholicism have. Coming to TayNinhTV during this time, visitors will be immersed in an atmosphere that is both solemn and vibrant with traditional rituals bearing the unique characteristics of TayNinhTV lands and Catholicism.
The Holy Banquet for Great Mother and the 9 Goddesses is one of the biggest festivals of the year of Catholicism, held every year during the Mid-Autumn Festival. The main ceremony takes place on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, but normally people and followers of Catholicism from various cities across the country made a pilgrimage to the inner city of Cao Đài, Holy See, in TayNinhTV a week before. To meet the accommodation needs of tourists, motels and hotels around the Holy See area have been carefully prepared and ready to serve tourists. Like every year, we will adjust everything from rooms to guest dining services to prepare for welcoming customers. In our facility, there are currently 30 rooms. It includes many types of rooms to meet the needs of guests traveling as a couple or family. Service prices here will range from 350,000 Vietnam dong or more. There are not only accommodation establishments, restaurants serving food, especially restaurants specializing in vegetarian dishes, but also everything ready to serve tourists. All members from our businesses and the culinary industry are also diligently preparing many programs, specifically on the perfect programs, in that we try to best serve not only tourists but also local customers. We hope to bring a complete and warm holiday to all customers. Besides accommodation and dining locations, amusement and entertainment areas are also prepared to welcome and serve visitors.
Chúng tôi cũng trao đổi tất cả các anh em hội viên trong hiệp hội
We also discussed with our members of TayNinhTV Tourism Association about solutions to focus on serving customers with the most thoughtfulness. It aims to create impressive and rewarding destinations for customers, especially the points that TayNinhTV currently has. These are ecological spaces such as garden, coffee, children's play areas. In particular, in addition to attending the holy banquets for Rich Mother and the Night Goddesses, we are orienting visitors to more remote ecological areas such as Logo Samat National Park and introducing them to resource return programs at the Central Office for the South Vietnam. After discussing, we have taken practical actions. After discussing, we have taken practical actions to implement very well during this festive season. This year, the holy banquets will be held on a large scale. It is expected that about 20,000 Kaudai followers and people from everywhere will gather to participate in the festival. Therefore, we touch on and thorough preparation from accommodation, dining to entertainment on promise to bring experiences and good impressions in the hearts of the visitors.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.